Good evening. Good evening. It's the evening of January the 4th, 2011, and it is a Tuesday evening. Here on Prince Edward Island, it's a beautiful, cold and breezy, snow flurry kind of day, but it's pretty much past now. It's cleared up a bit, and we're supposed to have a couple nice sunny days. Cold, but nice before the next storm, as we have had. I haven't been doing many of these video journal entries because I've been involved with, I've got a whole bunch of other toys here, different cams that do video and audio recording that I've been taking around, and I haven't really put much online. I've just been experimenting because what I want to try to do is to create a short video of my experience here on the island, and up till now I'm having a real hard time getting any cooperation from anybody that wants to be photographed or included, including my friends. So I've got a whole bunch of short clips that are stored on this laptop, and I hope eventually I'll be able to string them together and edit it into some kind of documentary, because these still videos sitting here in my kitchen are really not all that thrilling, I know, but at least I can get some information on there. I wanted to say that coming into the new year here on the island, it was really the first time in many years here on the island, and perhaps elsewhere, that I've even put up a little Christmas tree. I have a little Christmas tree. I just undecorated it, and it actually was a live tree that I found out along the side of the ditch out here. Couple little pine trees that I decorated, and silly, but it's still alive. I'm going to keep them as a house plant. That way nothing died in my celebration of the holiday. Did go to Mass at St. Paul's on Christmas Eve. It was quite nice, and there were a few people there that I know, but probably not as many as there could have been. And pretty much the week between Christmas and New Year's here is essentially one big party, so it requires a little bit of common sense to stay away from too much nonsense. But the big event would be New Year's Eve, of course, and then on New Year's Day here, which differs from the States quite a bit. On New Year's Day we have what's called Levee Day, which I suspect is a British term. I'm not familiar with it other than here, which means that there's a bunch of different places that are open, and they have food, and you can go there, and they have music, and you go from place to place. For example, the Legion, the Summerside Legion, and then the Miscouche Legion, which is the little town up the road here. And I made a couple videos of my experiences, New Year's experiences here on those various trips with friends. So I don't know, it was a lot of fun. A lot of people come out, and just like the States, now that it's the beginning of the new year, it's very, very quiet. Most everybody's back to work, but judging from the traffic flow, I think probably some people may still be away. But it's very quiet, and the weather's been stormy. We've had 5 successive Monday storms, and today it was blowing very cold, and we had put some snow early, and the ocean just red and raging and starting to freeze up along the edges. And I do plan to get out and do some winter photography. I didn't really do it today. I didn't really feel like it. I had some other stuff I had to do, so. But it's only the 4th of January, so I know I have plenty of time to do some winter photography. And as far as you kids, we've talked a little bit on Facebook. Alexis, I did get you one gift that I did have mailed. You should have received it by now. I just purchased another gift for you that should be on its way tomorrow from here, a handmade item from a local crafts person here. It is a jewelry item, and I hope you get these items that I send to you guys. What else is going on here? Not too much. My little humble abode here is pretty cold when that wind is blowing. I have the heat cranked, but it's still pretty chilly in here because it's a leaky old building, so I do have to kind of dress up in here and get a little chilly. But it's not too bad. I can still see the lighthouse. It's right out the window, bright and shiny today. And what else happened? Not much. I did have a girlfriend, as you guys probably know here, but it's gotten to the point where it's so weird and it's so uncommunicating, and I don't know why, that I'm going to throw the towel in on that, I'm afraid. Of course, I've said this on a number of occasions before, but with great sadness, I'm going to just leave that alone for a while and just enjoy my solitude and my own hobby here, and hopefully dive into the collation and finalization of my short story collection. And I'm thinking I need to write I have a few more things that have to be written, but it's probably less than 2 weeks worth of work, really. So I don't have any excuse except that I'm lazy in preparing the manuscript, and I don't have any help. But I hope to have everything in place to proceed with that process here shortly. So that's good news. What else can I tell you? I like it here better in the summertime. I miss my beach. I like going fishing. Winter holds its fascinations and whatnot. I mean, I grew up in Pennsylvania, and the winters seemed to me, as I guess most old farts always say, the winters were much worse when we were kids, right? But they were. And fishing was probably better when I was a kid too, to be honest with you, but we're not supposed to say that. And yes, in fact, kids, I actually did walk 2 miles to the bus stop when I was 7 years old, when I lived on the farm in Bucks County. I really did. I actually did walk to the bus stop in the winter. And how many kids still do that? True story. Well, I hope to hear from family and friends. I did get I'll read this. This is, I don't think Steve would mind. My very good friend Steve Rose. We worked together in Arizona. We both work for the government out there, and I just received, just today, in fact, received this Christmas card from my very good friend Steve Rose. We were born 30 hours apart. I think that's the time. So I'll read this to you, because he's a true good friend, and I don't have very many anymore. The letter's dated December 19th of 2010, a couple weeks ago. Hi, Joe. I'll be just south of Lake Ontario on Christmas 2010 and New Year's 2011 with Carm, not very far from you, unless I get delayed by snow and ice. Don't know if you heard about the great series of severe thunderstorms with large hail that rolled through here, Phoenix, Arizona, October 5th, 2010. It took me almost 3 hours to drive 3 miles home from ADEQ. It's a government agency that he works for. Closest thing I've ever experienced to the end of Western civilization. No power, no police, streets flooded and blocked by stalled cars. We're not flooded, covered with mud and leaves from hail. When I arrived home, 8 windows were shattered by hail. I had to shovel out the hail, blocking my front door just to get inside. I was cleaning up glass and debris all night long. I still haven't recovered energetically. The insurance company paid $17,000, which didn't cover everything. Had to have my roof replaced, the house repainted, the wood replaced. The hail knocked out my air conditioning, which of course had to be fixed. The hailstones were as big as golf balls and were driven up by 40-mile-an-hour winds. There were 4 separate monster storms that came through between morning and evening. Almost every part of Phoenix got hit. Our new director He's the Environmental Agency Director of ADQ. Ben Grumbles. That's a great name for a government agency director, isn't it? Grumbles? Sorry, Ben. Haven't met you. At ADQ, only lasted a little more than 1 year. The Republicans in charge wanted him to cut more employees, and he refused. We know another big round of layoffs are coming in 2011 once a new director is appointed by the governor. If I survive, my plan is to stay on here through summer 2013, which time I'll be eligible for full retirement and will move to Western New York State with Ashley, his little daughter, and get married. Sure, she's not that little anymore. Married thereafter. If I get cut, I'll short sell my house and leave Arizona ASAP. Otherwise, things are about the same here. Sorry I wasn't able to respond to your messages sooner. Wishing you warmth, peace, love, and lots of friends. Steve. So, he's a great guy. He's a very spiritual person, and we've been friends all through my experience with government, both state and the federal, the military stuff, as well as with really both wives. I mean, he wasn't completely aware of Rhonda, but he met Joey, and of course he knew Shell quite well. In fact, Shell, my second wife Shell, used to babysit Ashley, his daughter, there, and it's a long story, and some of it isn't very pretty, as most, when you get involved with the human condition, sometimes things aren't very pretty. Well, this is becoming quite an unnecessarily long diatribe here. I can't even see the elapsed time on it, but I'll tell you this. I'll go ahead and put this up on, I'll put it someplace. I'll probably put it as a YouTube entry and just claim it as a January journal entry, be it as it is. And I don't exactly know how to label it, so people might want to watch it. I know it's boring as hell to hear me sit and grumble and talk about Arizona, and at least I'm not reading one of my stories to you. But thank you all, family and friends who may watch this, and those who are curious. I hope, feel free to comment and whatnot. Equipment here isn't as good as it could be, but I do hope to improve in the future. And with that, I shall say good evening from Summerside, Prince Edward Island, Canada.